Doug Lehman, breaking it down in layman's terms. Today, I got a special guest. I've got Paul Watts. Now, he's a certified coach, sales leader. He's been selling for over 20 plus years. He works for Base Over Apex. He's an author, a content creator, a great speaker, a great trainer, and he's an awesome podcast, Sales Reinvented. Paul, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Doug.
Well, Paul, it's a pleasure to get you on and meet you virtually face-to-face, and I know you really hone into social selling and modern selling techniques. So let's talk a little bit about your company and how you position that to your audience out there, or your clients, better yet.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, from a sales perspective, we're very big on consultative selling. I'm a huge proponent of consultative selling. And but at the same time, I think whilst we've got those proven, tried and tested techniques, I think we also need to be embracing social right now. Of course, we can't get in front of our clients, so we're selling remotely, and we need to be doing that both digitally and using sales technology.
What I love about that is it's well covered, documented on your website as well as your LinkedIn profile. You're honing on the social selling, the modern selling techniques, but you also have a strong vision for today's sales and sales leadership. And it comes through in your podcast, but you're talking about a profession, taking away the negativity and having a vision to be proud of in sales. How did you come into that concept?
That's a great question. It goes back right to the very beginning of my sales career. And I was very fortunate to work for a gentleman called Ian, who sadly passed away in the last month. And Ian, we worked in the automotive industry. So I was selling components into the automotive industry. And I always remember whenever we made a sale, whenever we landed a new project, when we sold a sensor on a new vehicle, Ian would invite the salesperson who'd made that sale down to the plant. And of course, when the manufacturing cell was up and running, he would bring you in and he would introduce you to the people who were working on that cell. And he would let them know that they all had a job because you had made that sale. So that always gave me a great sense of pride. And I've ever since that time, I've been very passionate about what salespeople do and just how important it is. So, when people frown upon our profession, I take offense to that, and that's why for me it's my mantra to try and change that negative perception.
Changing that negative perception, but being proud of the work that you do and the influence that you're doing with others on that through your training companies. And of course, we'll get into your podcast, but being proud. And what you said in that scenario, when you're on that job, is that, you know what, sales is a noble profession. It's also a profit center, unlike a cost center. Without sales, business is not moving. But if you want to be established in business with selling, being proud of what you do is a way to go. So let's talk about Sales Reinvented. 250 plus episodes. That extends your whole vision. Is that correct when it comes to being mindful?
Yeah. I've been very, very lucky and blessed to host the Sales Reinvented podcast. So a good friend of mine, Peter, actually encouraged me to start a podcast. And, here we are 4 years later, and with over 250 episodes recorded. It's given me the opportunity to meet with so many experts in so many niche and narrow fields within the profession of selling. So for me, it's been like, undertaking a sales MBA. But what it's also done is it's allowed me to provide a resource for sales professionals all over the world that they can draw upon and improve their own sales techniques and ultimately, contribute towards changing that negative perception of salespeople.
I love it. I love what you're doing. So as far as an ideal client for you, you're helping the sales profession. What would that be if you could paint that picture?
Yeah, it's an interesting one because we teach people how to build ideal client profiles and buyer personas in our training, and for us, our ideal client profile is we have many. So I would say we're business to business sales training company, and we support organizations with small sales teams of 5 people all the way up to organizations with 5,000 salespeople. So I tend to, or we tend to get a lot of technical and engineering companies approaching us, of course, because of my engineering background, but we'll help anybody in business to business sales.
I love it. And I love everything you're putting on there, but you're also changing mindsets of the profession of selling today. Anything else that you would like to add? Any parting shots?
My biggest parting shot is that selling and salespeople we are viewed negatively, and a lot of people don't realize just how hardworking the salespeople are in your organization. And to all of those hardworking salespeople, I would say, make sure that you are living life on your terms. Remember, happy, healthy salespeople produce the best results. So don't burn yourselves out. And try and build some time in for yourself as well into your daily and weekly work routines.
And there you have it, Paul Watts. I want to thank you out there for social watching in layman's terms.